Imagine that you live your life as an angler and just keep fishing day after day to provide yourself food and money, but then a simple hook is enough to change everything forever. You're a man going to your new job as an angler, but suddenly a wave of fog blinds your eyes, and when you finally realize, you are stranded in an island. In the next morning, you wake up in a dock and hears a man shouting orders to some workers. The man notices you and approaches.
Welcome to Greater Marrow, I must say. Quite a dramatic first impression. I see you already introduced yourself to the jagged rocks along the bay. Did you not see the lighthouse? It was shining right at you. Oh well, I'm glad to see our new fisherman upright and breathing. Your boat was hopelessly damaged, but I had a few of the locals move your things to one of her old vessels. We'll catch up later to discuss more details. I'll let you get out there and catch some fish. See if you can fill your cargo while you get your bearings in the light. Finally, I don't suppose I need to say this, but get back by sundown before the fog rolls in. Keep a close eye on time, it can really creep up on you.
Well, guess you took the right way after all, so you should start your job and catch some fishes. In the midway, you find a message in a bottle, apparently written by a recent married wife telling about her husband naming a boat. You then catch some more fishes and get back to town before the night comes, as the mayor told you to do.
Ha! I see you return in one piece. Very good. Before you head off to town, we should discuss the matter of your boat. As I mentioned earlier, your boat was too badly damaged to be repaired. However, I'm more than happy to sell you the replacement vessel, yours to own. I understand you may not have the necessary funds on hand, so we consider it a loan. But I want to make this easy for you. Until you pay your debt, a tiny portion of your fish sales will go towards paying it off. A small amount of interest will go towards improving the town. So to recap, you need to sell fish to the local market, paying it off your debt, and in turn, keeping the population fed and satisfied. Understand?
Selling fish helps the town and pays off my debt. Got it. After talking to the mayor, you go to the marketplace of the town and meets the fishmonger. You're the new fisherman, huh? Surprised they found a new one so fast. What happened to the other one? It takes a certain type of person to last out here. It's not a life for everyone. Anyway, to business. I'll pay you for fish. Bigger and fresher means more money. Some species are just worth more too. Other towns on other islands might pay you different, but while you still got a debt here, I suggest you work on paying it off first. Sell all the fishes, and while leaving the store, the mayor talks to you again.
Excellent work. I have no doubt you'll be able to provide to this town. One last thing. Our local shipwright mentioned she might be able to make some modifications to your ship. You should pay her a visit.
So you go to the yard of the shipwright and meet her. The next day, you catch some more fishes, explore an island nearby, find a lost man, and offers to get him to Little Marrow. Then you go back to town since it's already night, and as you dock your boat, a strange woman approaches.
Why are you here?
I've come to fish.
There's nothing here for someone like you anymore. Do yourself a favor and move on.
Well, that was strange. The next day, you just keep fishing, find another bottle, but don't really care for it. Then you find this mansion, which you cannot open any door. Also by the night, you get to Little Marrow, leave the man you found there, and keep fishing until finally you can pay your debt with the mayor.
Fantastic news! Thanks partly to your efforts, Greater Marrow is growing. Our town is sure to be swarming by visitors any day now. In fact, I granted a consent for the shipwright to expand her facilities. The old dry dock is operational again. I've also allocated some money to improve the fishmonger service. He might have something to talk to you about soon. Keep it up the good work. We're glad you've chosen to be here with us.
And thanks to that, you can now expand your boat. But what should you do next? Just keep fishing? Get the materials for your boat? Or maybe you can explore the seas to see what you find. Well, by exploring and fishing through different places, finally, an unusual thing happens. You catch an abnormal and grotesque fish. No other thoughts comes to mind than what the hell is this? You then take the fish and show it to the fishmonger. The fishmonger gives you a handkerchief that was found in the inside of the fish. And when you get to the boat with it, a mysterious man is looking at you through the cabin window. I know what you took to the fishmonger, and I'll be clear, I know he extracted an artifact from it, and I need to inspect it, but not here. Meet me on Blackstone Isle, head out of this bay and cut south. I have a business proposition that you want to hear. I'll be waiting. In the next day, you get to the location told by the man, and it's the mansion you tried to get in before. Getting in the mansion, the man awaits for you to approach. You came. Good. Allow me to introduce myself. I am a collector of many things, art and artifacts, treasures and truths, and curios that occupy the periphery of desire. And you have something for me. You give the handkerchief to the collector. These patterns are unmistakable. Even after all this time, this handkerchief comes from an old ship I've been searching for. It sank many years ago. It carried items of great importance. As you can imagine, retrieving it is proven to be challenging. That's where you come in. My proposition is this. I will outfit your vessel with equipment that will let you dredge the wrecks and dark depths. Find these lost relics, and I will reward you in ways beyond all imagination. You need not give up your fishing career. I will merely need a few hours with your vessel to make the necessary alterations. What do you say? I accept.
An excellent decision. I'll prepare the equipment immediately. The relics we are looking for are a ring, a necklace, a watch, a music box, and a key. I would encourage you to ask around the towns about shipwrecks or other strange occurrences, anything that might be worth investigating. Return when you have something.
Before getting there, first you talk to the lighthouse keeper in Greater Marrow, and she just says some nonsense to you.
There's a spot near the back of Greater Marrow where the current carries in wreckage from the sea. Some nights you can see an unnatural glow rising from the patch of dark water. I can't imagine what's down there in the deep. So if you're looking for what I'm thinking you're looking for, it's best to just move on.
Then you roam around Marrow for a little while when you find this, one of the relics lost in the sea, a key. You then go to the mansion and gives it to the collector.
Well, you have something, don't you? Show me. You then give the key to the collectors. Is this all? Where's the lock? It seems the pieces we are looking for have traveled further than I anticipated. Much further, I suspect. In that case, allow me to aid your travels.
The collector gives you strange powers. What is the collector actually capable of? And what's that book that he holds? These questions intrigue you, but you should proceed with the mission. Let's head to the Gale Cliffs then. Approaching the island, you see what seems to be a little town, completely destroyed. By getting closer, you can already see the second artifact, but a wall of rocks doesn't let you get to it. You decide then to get in the town, and there you find this old man.
Greetings. Don't get many visitors around here. What is it that you need?
This place doesn't seem safe. Why do you live here?
Hey, I've been stubbornly holding out here for quite some time. Truth be told, I've been reconsidering my position lately. I have been happy here for so long. My wife and I had such a beautiful life until the collapse. Now I'm alone and cut off by land and sea, left only with these trembling rocks on all sides.
I could help you move to Inchville.
It's not that simple. My brother never... You see, I used to live in Inchville with my brother. He was a waller. Things were bad. We fought a lot, mostly about how our parents' inheritance should be divided. We were in the prime foolishness of our youth. When my wife and I decided to move here, I took the family crest. I stole it from here. Now, after all this time, I can't return without it.
Where is it?
That's where the problem lies. After the collapse, that creature, it dragged debris from the houses down into its wretched burrows. The crest went down with it. It's a lost cause, I know. But if you were to find it, it's a large whalebone crest. It would mean the world to me.
Okay, I'll look for it.
Thank you, but please, be careful.
So you have to find the old man's crest, but as soon as you pass the cliff's arch, a giant eel attacks you. Somehow you survive, but attention will be needed from now on. By trying to reach the crest, you come across with another wall of rock that can only be crossed by destroying it. But you don't have the tools to destroy it, so the only option left is going around the island and getting from the back. You reach the mark, grab the crest, then go back to the old man.
Is this your family crest? You found it! I never thought I'd see this beauty again. But now, I have a further favor to ask. Would you take this to my brother at Inchville? Tell him his brother is sorry and would like to come home.
Well, he tells you to go to the main town and speak with his brother.
What is it?
I believe the crest is yours.
Gods, I haven't seen this since... So he did take it. I knew it. I don't know if... I was in the right state when he left. Okay, fine. He can stay in my old workshop, at least for the time being. But I'll need some time to clear it. While I'm doing that, perhaps you can help me with something. See, I've been trying to clear some debris in the pathways to the cliffs to make a shortcut with explosives. I was able to set charge, but the cliffs seemed particularly unsteady that day, so I didn't risk detonating. You just need to get in there and set it off. It's not far in. I left some yellow flags nearby. You can't miss it.
So now that you have the tools to destroy the walls, you get back to the wall in the cliffs, destroys it, and tell the waller about your duty. He then accepts to live with his brother again. So you bring the brother back to the waller, then unlocks the bombs to destroy the walls to the islands. And finally, you can destroy the wall where the artifact was located in. The third artifact is grabbed, a music box. You give it to the collector.
You found this at the cliffs, didn't you?
Yes.
Ah, excellent. This should make future return journeys a little more swift. Allow me. Now, there are yet more relics to find. Keep looking. The reef at Stellar Basin may have caught and accumulated some wreckage. Search around the area. I'll mark a location on your map where you can begin your search.
Stellar Basin is your next target. Heading toward the island, you already can see the artifact in the middle of the huge crater. Although when you try to reach it, this huge monster doesn't let you get closer. You have no other option than to look around and find a way to get that artifact. And by looking around, a fortress grabs your attention. You approach the fortress and there you find a woman. The woman asks you to get some fishes for her. Well, you then go catch the fishes she asked you. And after getting the fishes, you bring them back to the researcher. She asks you to get a prototype from the research lab that was destroyed. You go to the lab, get the prototype, and bring it back to the researcher. She then gives you a rod capable of fishing in the most depth location of the ocean, the abyss. She also gives you a machine that can be activated in the research lab to temporarily scare the monster away, so you activate it, but when you try to catch the artifact, another problem surged. A rod upgrade is needed to catch it, since the artifact is even deeper than the abyss. So you get the upgrade, craft the rod, attach it to your boat, and finally grab the third artifact. Then you get back to the collector, delivers it, and just like the other times, he gives you more powers. Now with only 2 more artifacts left, you sail to Twisted Strange. Approaching the island, you see there is a swamp where you can easily get lost, and there is a yellow creature that tries to suck you. But by exploring the island, you find traps set in different locations and a plane where you catch a mortar barrel. Such an unusual item. You then proceed to explore. After some time, you find another plane, and there you catch the mortar frame. What can you use them for? Well, you keep roaming until you find one plane with a campfire on it. You then dock your boat, and when approaches the campfire, a man without one of the arms appears.
Stranger, from the look on your face, I'd say you've encountered the local wretches. Take a seat. I've been trying to rid them from this accursed jungle ever since we wrecked here. The boys call them mind suckers. On account of them, well, affecting the mind, they made us see things, do things. I'd ask you for a safe passageway from here, but not until after I avenged my squadron.
What happened to them?
I met a few would-be rescuers over the years, but none who helped me in my fight. Are you any different to the rest?
I can help.
I figure you'll be up for it. You have the look. First, we need to find the lost pieces of my squadron's mortar. We'll then use that to bombard the beasts.
You give the man the mortar pieces you gathered earlier, and he tells you to gather some fishes to create baits for the traps. So you get the fishes, make the 3 baits, then set it on the traps and kill all the mind suckers. Take part of their corpses and bring them to the airmen. The 4th artifact is acquired, a necklace. You then leave the island, go back to the collector to deliver the artifact. The collector then gives you even more powers. So there is only 1 piece left and 1 island to go. The Devil Spine. You see there is a volcanic area and some old structure catch your attention. You then head towards it. Docking your boat, an old skinny man was waiting for you. He tells you that you have to light the 3 statues of the temple. So 3 flames need to be acquired, and they are spread through the 3 torches in the island. So when you get closer to the first, you need to offer 2 types of crabs to get the flame. Well, you get a crab pot, put in the waters of Devil's Spine, and after a while, you check the pot and the crabs are caught. So you offers it to the torch and get the first flame. You then reach the second torch and they ask you for 2 abnormal fishes. So you catch the first one and the second one. Offers it to the torch and grab the second flame. Then finally, for the last torch, 2 local fishes are required. You catch both of the fishes, offers it, and get the last flame. So with all the flames on hand, it's time to get back to the temple and light the 3 statues. After igniting the statues, the fanatic talks to you. The fanatic then starts to cast some kind of ritual with you, and when you finally realize, he's burnt by some kind of blue flame. Well, at least you can finally grab the last artifact, a pocket watch. After facing all the troubles for this artifact, you can give the last one to the collector and finally discover why he was so obsessed with it. He approaches, drawing closer with an incessant ticking. You have the pocket watch. You place the pocket watch in front of the collector. Though it has been some decades since I last laid eyes upon this, the sound of its mechanism has grown no less unpleasant. And with that, our collection is complete. I must admit, I am surprised. I did not think you had the determination for such a job. Now, with these 5 relics in our possession, only one thing remains. I suspect you know by now. Know what? It will become apparent soon enough. We must take one final voyage this time. I'll be with you. I'm ready. Without understanding what's about to happen, you and the collectors sail to the west at night. And when you reach the place, the collector starts a ritual. This is the place. This is where she was taken from us, and where we can at last bring her back. Only here, and only because of what we achieved. He opens the book and begins to read.
To release the last one, frozen in time.
He throws the pocket watch.
Enfeathered by chains in the deep.
He throws the necklace.
Binding to this world once more.
He throws the ring.
Open the door to the starry heavens.
He slides the keys into the lock of the music box.
And lay the weary world to rest.
He throws the music box with the key left unturned. But wait, is that so? Is that how your journey is supposed to end? So many questions were not answered. Why you helped the collector? Why you had to come so far just to end like this? Well, actually, the answers were there the whole time, but you choose to ignore it, so let's go back. You are roaming the sea again, when a small island catches your attention. You dock your boat, and there you find an old man, but not any man, the old mayor of Greater Marrow.
Did you throw it back?
I don't know what you're talking about.
The book!
I think you're mistaking me for someone else.
I'm not seeing things. It's really you, isn't it?
Who do you think I am?
It was he and his damned wife. They dredged up that old book, but something cloaked in fog followed it out right through the boat. Boo! It spoke. It said it was coming for our breath, that we wouldn't be needed soon, and the darkness crashed it down. Throw it back, we cried, as the fog rolled ashore. We thought surely it can still be undone.
What book?
Silver and crimson, the book, covered in her blood.
You're not making any sense.
Throw it back! Please, the large housekeeper, she knows where it came from, where it needs to go.
So after talking to the old mayor, you go to the lighthouse keeper.
What is it?
What do you know about the Silver and Crimson Book?
You're really asking me? After all this time, you know it must be returned. You have to move on, for her sake as well as yours. Take control, be rid of the thing once for all.
Why she keeps telling you nonsense? Guess there's only one thing left to do. You have to face the Collector. So you dock your boat, head to the mansion, and hide the last relic from the Collector. What is it? Tell me more about the book of yours. Which book? This one here. The Collector grabs another book. There's really not much to be said of histories of the Grey Isle. It's quite short. Don't play dumb. You know which book I mean. Play dumb? Your hypocrisy is wearing. I suppose we must go through this rigmarole yet again? The Book of the Deep appears in his hand. Go ahead. Ask us. Where did you get it? Don't you remember? You were there. So was she. Who? You wanted to forget. Begged me. This is what you asked for. Give me the book. You won't change a thing. The book is ours. What can you possibly hope to achieve? You then punches the Collector's face, but the sound is not like a normal punch. You're pathetic. You are holding the Book of the Deep. Understand this. Plainly before you sink us to despair. I know how to bring her back. It's all right there on the page. And now you've seen its powers firsthand. We wield the power to release her from her slumber. We can undo everything. Undo what you did. So for all this time, the Collector was not some stranger that you chose to help. It was you all the time. That's why the lighthouse keeper was talking nonsense all the time. Why you knew the location of all the relics. You are the madness mind behind everything. And the bottles that you ignored, all of them were stories about your past. You was married. Your wife had all the relics as her belongings. But one day, a catch changed everything. And if you thought that the first abnormal fish was the catch that changed everything, no. The book is what changed everything. It drove you to madness. It released monsters throughout the sea. It killed your wife, but you asked to erase the memory of yours. And it was alright. You was just an angler trying to live a simple life. But then, after you retrieved your wife's handkerchief, in a certain way, the abnormal fish was also a catch that changed everything. It brought you back to your old memories, and the old you appeared once again, but as a stranger. And that's why that every time that you met the Collector, he was in a reflection, because he was you all the time. He was never the real enemy. You was. Well, after realizing other things, you go talk to the lighthouse keeper one more time. I have the book.
You had it this whole time, have you not? It doesn't matter. Make the most of this window of lucidity, and now it's time to act. Do you still remember where it happened? In the gloomy darkness behind the bay? When you're ready, I'll point the way.
I'm ready. It's nighttime. You're heading towards the location, but not to revive your wife. Now is to redeem yourself. After all, you don't want to sacrifice the world for one person. You reach the place and then throw the book away to the sea.